It put us in a position that there is no way we can stand up again. And we thought that this is the end of Bookends. Until, as you said, the community rallied together to just give us a hand. Without them, there is no way we will be where we are now.
Hello and welcome to Anchored Echoes, a brand new segment on Entrepreneur Middle East, where we try to delve a little deeper into the intricacies of the entrepreneurial mindset. I'm your host, Aalia, and I must begin with a disclaimer. This is not a podcast. The intention behind these episodes is for them to simply be short visual supplements to the stories I get to pen down on some of the most successful and established entrepreneurs in the UAE and the wider Middle East region. So before you watch this episode, please do know that you can find the written feature on our guest today using the link below or above, depending on where you are watching this. And with that, I am going to introduce you to the guest, to the star of today's show, Grace Karim, co-founder of Bookends. Grace, thank you very much for being on our show.
Thank you for making me a star.
No, you are. You absolutely are. You absolutely are, and I do not say that without reason. For all you UAE-based book lovers, you will perhaps not need an introduction to Bookends. But for those of you who do, Bookends is an online and physical marketplace for buying and selling used and pre-loved books. Grace, before we start this episode, I feel like we have to set the scene a little bit. We are sitting here in this very pristine, very quaint bookstore that is inundated with the smell of books, and I love that. But not too long ago, just a little over a year ago, there was, in the aftermath of the Dubai torrential rains, 14,000 books or some such were destroyed during those rains, and we all saw that very impactful photo that you posted. And I'm not going to delve into that. All of you who are watching, you will get more details on that in the written feature. But the reason I bring it up, Grace, is because entrepreneurship as a journey can be quite lonely, and the whole idea of being a lone wolf and achieving something on your own can seem enticing as a concept, but it isn't perhaps necessarily always the case. And I suspect that you, as a person who has seen the Dubai community rally together, or perhaps even the wider UAE community rally together and bring this place back together to what it is today, I suspect that you would also say that there is a need for community and having your own village, so to speak. What are your thoughts on this matter?
First of all, let me tell you that in my dictionary, entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. I'm not alone in this. I have my partner who's with me along the way, and our team that is behind the scene. Without them, we are not where we are now. So I have to give them full credit. And those unfortunate events that happened in just literally blink of an eye, it got a lot of distraction without even considering what is coming, because I don't believe anyone was expecting what we got. It put us in a position that there is no way we can stand up again. And we thought that this is the end of Bookends. Until, as you said, the community rallied together to just give us a hand. Without them, there is no way we will be where we are now. As you know, this is a self-funded business. We don't have loans from the banks. We don't have big investors behind us. It's just a passion between Soumya and myself. We love books, and we said, there is a problem, let us solve that problem. So just imagine having everything destroyed in just 12 hours, and we are still impacted until now. We are not fully recovered, imagine. And 1/3 of our stock was gone just like that, in addition to our shelving, in addition to our fit out, and without being 1 year old yet. So it was a disaster. But thanks to our community, book lovers, book readers are beautiful souls. And without even calling out, We didn't call out, we didn't imagine there will be anyone interested in giving us any hand. Themselves, when we put that we are closed, phone calls, messages, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, you name it. People calling from all over, what can we do to help you guys? So I think everyone felt the pain that we went through. And with them, we are standing up again, and we feel that Bookends is not Soumya and myself. Bookends is community. Whether you are a seller or a customer, it's for all of us. And I am really pleased to see the growth of Bookends coming to that end and still building up.
I'm going to take the liberty to make a poetic reference here because we're sitting in the middle of a bookstore. Rudyard Kipling, in his poem If, mentions that triumphs and disasters are both imposters, and that if you treat both of them the same, then the earth is yours. What has your relationship with failure meant across your entrepreneurial journey?
For me, it's an expensive lesson. So every failure is a lesson that you learn from. And you have to move along. There is no failure that takes you all the way down. And you learn a lot more when there is a failure, because you make sure that this does not happen again. So for me, failure equals expensive lesson.
I love that. But you know, something that is easily conflated with failure is rejection. Very easily people tend to mix up the two. For you, what has your perception of rejection been over the years? And I ask this because very recently you were on Shark Tank, which is a huge milestone in and of itself, you know, to be invited to the show and make it there. But it did not necessarily end in the way you wanted it to, which is fine. Rejection is a part of entrepreneurial journey, and I feel like it is more prevalent than people like to give it credit. How do you treat rejection? Are there any specific routines that you've incorporated into your daily routine, for example, or your daily life that help you deal with rejections when they come along the way?
You know, for me, I treat, it's not a routine, but for me, the rejection, it means no, but the no equal new opportunities. So if it is today rejection, I will find out after certain time that it is a new opportunity for me somewhere else. So at the moment, it's too recent for it to be an opportunity. So I'm waiting, but there is a new opportunity out of that.
I love that. So failure is an expensive lesson and rejection is a new opportunity. That just puts a different shift on the two words. I think they have such negative connotations, but if you did mention when we were speaking earlier for the written feature that you are a glass half full kind of person.
Always.
So I think this is a great nugget of wisdom to our viewers. My last question to you, Grace, and this is again something we touched upon earlier during our written feature interview. I asked you if there is a fictional character or a book that has helped you through your entrepreneurial journey and through life in general. I'm not going to divulge that here. You have to read the article for it. But to the entrepreneurs who are watching, are there any books, say 2 to 3 books that you would suggest them to read to help them navigate these uncertainties that come with such a territory?
You know, my favorite book ever is Start With Why for Simon Sinek. This entrepreneur, I hope I can meet him when he comes to Dubai. I don't know if he came already or not, but I hope I will have the chance to shake hands with him and have a small conversation. So this is my favorite book of all time, and I advise everyone to read it because it shifts your mindset towards your entrepreneurship journey completely. The other one is Ikigai.
Oh yes.
I love that concept, and Atomic Habits. And those 3 books, they're really very popular. It is not that I am inventing something new. They are already popular, but yes, they teach you a lot of invaluable lessons along the way, and it is a must read for everyone.
Right. With that, we come to the end of this episode. I always say this at the end of each of our sessions that at Anchor Echoes, that these aren't meant to be longer than a few minutes. The crux of Anchored Echoes is that we simply help you get little nuggets of wisdom from other established entrepreneurs to navigate the different uncertainties and the often latent mental and emotional hindrances that come with being an entrepreneur. Thank you very much for joining us today. And like I mentioned at the start, please do make sure that you read the written feature on Grace and her co-founder, Soumya, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, but you know, Grace has been graceful with her time. So thank you very much for joining us today, Grace. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time.